You have to take your learning to another level. How do you take your learning to a level where it becomes ingrained in the psychosomatic mind? You have to take your learning to a level where it becomes unconscious competence. You have to take your learning to a level where it's just automatic. And so the difference between learning in school and actually applying what you learn is really the difference between your success. So in school, we're taught memorization. We memorize and we repeat. In the real world, the mastery of any skill is repetition. The mastery of success is doing something over and over a million times until you become so great at it that you're better than anybody. It's that 10,000 hour rule. How do you focus in on 10,000 straight hours to have success? You know, people say about, speaking and speaking even on these videos, and when I speak in front of people, how do you speak and just kind of rattle it off? Well, it's 10,000 hours of practice. It's not just memorization. It's about going and doing it. How do you create that experiential learning? And that's really the difference between regurgitation and memorization and having the experience of utilizing what you learn. The more you go out there and utilize what you learn and actually practice it and do it, the more it's ingrained in your psychosomatic mind, the more it's in your unconscious mind. The more things are in your unconscious mind, we create that unconscious competence where we can just rattle it off. This difference is really the difference of a professional athlete getting in the zone and the average person getting in the zone. How does a professional athlete get in the zone? Well, they learn something and then they do it. Repetition, 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 repetition. A football player to play a 3-hour game on Sunday practices on the field probably for about 15, 18 hours a week, plus they're in the film room just to play a 3-hour game on Sunday. In the real world, what do? Well, we kind of go out there and wing it. And so the way to get in the zone and to make sure that you are masterful at what you do is you have to have the repetition. Repetition is the mastery of all skill. How do you have that deep focus and that deep practice so you can take what you learn from just being something that you could repeat to something that's actionable and ingrained into your psychosomatic mind? See, I always talk about, when I send my sales guys and people to trainings that I pay for, I say, look, man, I don't care what you come back with. I don't care that you can regurgitate all this stuff. I want you to write down things that you're actually going to implement and show me that you're going to implement it and come up with a plan and a strategy that you can implement it. Because what will happen is one day you'll go to all these seminars, you'll read all these books, and you'll be really, really smart, but you won't have taken any action. It won't show up in successes. It won't show up in your life. So the only way that you can take your learning and move it over to success is that you have to implement it and you have to utilize it. You have to experience it, not just regurgitate it. And remember, the mastery of any skill is repetition, 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 repetition. So when you find something you want to be great at, keep repeating it, keep practicing, have that deep focus, have that deep practice, and turn it from education that you can regurgitate to education that you could experience.